TikTok, an app mainly used by youths and adolescents, currently has more than 800 million active users worldwide. On July 6, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo stated that the White House is looking into banning the use of TikTok in the United States. On June 29, India announced a ban on 59 Chinese mobile apps, including TikTok, resulting in an initial estimate of more than $6 billion in losses and 200 million direct user losses. The Australian government plans to investigate TikTok and is also considering issuing a ban on the app. Why are these countries getting increasingly concerned over an entertainment app?
Welcome to China Observer. I'm Fox Canning. Owned by Byte Dance, a Beijing-based technology company, TikTok is a short-form video app for users outside mainland China. It is part of Byte Dance's strategy to grow its global audience. In the US, TikTok has over 175 million downloads. A Chinese social media platform, TikTok has successfully penetrated the Western market. But now the US government is growing increasingly concerned about the app.
You said yesterday the administration is looking at banning TikTok. I'm curious, how serious is ban consideration?
With respect to TikTok, I want to put it in the broader context. We have been engaged in a constant evaluation about ensuring that we protect the privacy of American citizens and their information as it transits. So this doesn't relate to any one particular business or company, but rather to American national security, where we believe that U.S. citizens' data that they have on their phones or in their system or in their healthcare records, we want to make sure that the Chinese Communist Party doesn't have a way to easily access that. And so what you'll see the administration do is take actions that preserve and protect that information.
Beginning from last year, mounting concerns of TikTok posing a national security risk compelled the U.S. Pentagon and all 5 major U.S. military services to ban the app. In January of this year, a report by Israeli cybersecurity firm Check Point indicated that TikTok had serious security vulnerabilities that hackers could exploit to steal user data. TikTok has previously stated in a report by The Telegraph that it would stop the practice of reading content on users' clipboards. However, after Apple launched its latest iOS 14 system in June, information security experts used iOS 14's security notification feature and found that TikTok actually reads the clipboard function of users every few seconds without the user's knowledge. This included copied passwords, credit card information, texts, and everything that is on a person's clipboard. Recently, 14 Democratic members of the U.S. House of Representatives Energy and Commerce Committee have called for an investigation into TikTok's violation of children's privacy. These legislators criticized TikTok for failing to delete the personal information of all children under the age of 13, failing to notify parents of the information they collected about their child, and failing to obtain parental consent prior to collecting their child's information. On June 29th, India suddenly announced the ban of 59 Chinese mobile applications, citing national security and privacy concerns. The list includes TikTok and social media platform Hello, both belonging to the same parent company. India launched an app called Removed China Apps in mid-May, but Google Play removed it from its platform. A month later, another Indian app was also launched called Chinese App Detector. However, that was also removed when it went viral. On July 7th, U.S. President Donald Trump said that the ban on TikTok is part of his response to the Chinese Communist Party's mishandling of the coronavirus and that it was one of the many ways to fight back. On the same day, U.S. Vice President Mike Pence said Trump would defend U.S. interests against the dangers of the Chinese Communist Party. Pence said, whether it be Huawei and perhaps even TikTok, that represent a threat to the privacy and to the security of the country, will continue to take a strong stand.
TikTok CEO Kevin Mayer responded to the Indian government stating that the Chinese government never asked for TikTok users' data, and that TikTok would have rejected the request even if Beijing had requested it. However, China's national intelligence law stipulates that any organization or citizen shall support, assist, and cooperate with state intelligence work according to law. China's national security law also states, In the course of the National Security Bureau's investigation and collecting evidence of information that can harm national security, citizens and relevant organizations should provide it truthfully and must not refuse. Since TikTok's parent company is a Chinese corporation, ByteDance is legally bound to provide any and all data that the CCP demands. This raises the question of how exactly Kevin Mayer will deal with these laws in China. In addition to the privacy and security threat TikTok poses to countries, TikTok has also played a major role in some of the most significant events in China, which highlights the close ties between TikTok and the Chinese Communist government.
ByteDance defended TikTok, claiming it is a place for entertainment, not politics. However, investigations found that TikTok serves as a political propaganda tool in China, and since the beginning of the Hong Kong protests, messages that supported the CCP's concept of nationalism have been dominating the app. If you do a search on TikTok, it's difficult to find any of the turmoil in Hong Kong or Hong Kong citizens' difficult fight for democracy and freedom. During this period, TikTok spread a large number of videos related to these claims, and its popular videos often receive millions of likes. TikTok has become an important tool to promote violent campaigns on the front lines, in the streets, and on the internet. It is used to disseminate messages of hate and violence that are usually banned by other social media. Democrat and federal representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez tweeted about young TikTok users using the tactic of reserving tickets but not showing up in order to sabotage Trump's campaign.
For too long, TikTok has censored content at Beijing's will. If you use the hashtag Tiananmen Square to find information concerning the 1989 Tiananmen Square massacre, most of the videos one will find only joke about the crackdown never happening. TikTok also removed topics including Tibet, Uyghurs, and Falun Gong. Content critical of China is censored under the claim of hate speech and religion. Any content related to Tiananmen Square comes under demonization or distortion of local or other countries. On July 7th, TikTok abruptly withdrew from the Hong Kong market. But Douyin, the Chinese version of TikTok, will continue to serve Hong Kong users. What is the reason for this?
Some analysts believe that Douyin is a downloadable version for Chinese people, while TikTok is for people outside of China. The significance of this move by TikTok is that they no longer see Hong Kong as a foreign or international destination. In light of the Hong Kong national security law, which treats Hong Kong as domestic China, Hong Kongers can only use the domestic version of TikTok. According to data released by Reuters in November 2019, 60% of TikTok users in the US are between the ages of 16 and 24 years old. Market research firm Sensor Tower reported that in the first quarter of 2020, the app's combined number of downloads in Google Play and the App Store reached over 315 million, more than any other application in history. As an emerging software, TikTok invested hundreds of millions of dollars to enter overseas market in 2017. In the same year, TikTok acquired Musical.ly, a similar video app in North America, for $1 billion US. This was regarded as a key to the rise of TikTok, as Musical.ly was already very popular in the United States. The U.S. federal government's Committee on Foreign Investment has started to examine the app because of potential national security risk and have also begun to investigate its acquisition of Musical.ly.
We've now reached the point where the FBI is opening a new China-related counterintelligence case about every 10 hours. Of the nearly 5,000 active FBI counterintelligence cases currently underway across the country, almost half are all related to China. This is not about the Chinese people, and it's certainly not about Chinese Americans. Every year, the United States welcomes more than 100,000 Chinese students and researchers into this country. So when I speak of the threat from China, I mean the government of China and the Chinese Communist Party.
According to official Chinese media reports, ByteDance has a 10,000-strong content censorship team and 170 Chinese cyber police in the company. While the company claims that no moderators for TikTok's US platform are based out of China, testimonies of former TikTok employees reveal otherwise, as they were instructed to censor certain social and political topics and clearly stated that moderators in Beijing had the final call over flagged videos. The enormous power behind TikTok allowed it to rise quickly in the world's marketplace, but it's this quick rise that may lead to its demise as the world starts to look into its major security and privacy concerns. Thank you for watching China Observer. See you next time.